Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Hack That Funnel Radio. Thank you for being here. Today we have a special interview with one of the best affiliate marketers in ClickFunnels community and other communities around. So we'll hop on for that.
I have spent the last 5 years building hundreds of marketing funnels and systems for over 100 clients, and I can tell you, most of you are skipping the most important part of the funnel build. There is a secret step-by-step blueprint that makes every sales funnel profitable. What is it? That is the question, and this podcast is the answer. My name is Ben Moot, and this is Hack That Funnel Radio.
Okay, so today's episode is something really, really cool. We've got somebody on who has made $1 million as a ClickFunnels affiliate. Now, he's promoted ClickFunnels, he's promoted Active Campaign, he promotes a lot of different products. But he's made $1 million in that. I know that because I was actually able to talk to him about funnel hacking live and was able to sit next to him and we were able to chat. And we've been able to do some really cool things back and forth. And so I want to introduce him to you. His name is Spencer MECHAM. Say hey, Spencer.
Hey!
Trying to do this all professional. So really what I want, let's start out with, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like why did you even get started in this marketing game? Like a lot of people are in the game and they've been going for forever and they're not making any money. What got you started and what turned you on to affiliate marketing?
Yes. I have a great email sequence that explains all this. So I have all this. I've written down this story so I don't forget it. It all began in Hawaii. So yeah, me and my wife are like huge Hawaii fans. We love to go there as often and as long as possible. And at one point when I was in college, we moved there for probably 6 months. And we actually moved in with her parents because they were living there for 6 months at the time too. It was like this random crazy thing. And they were like, hey, we've got an extra room. And we were like, oh, it's amazing. We've got 2 extra bodies that can fit in that room. And so we moved in and the goal was like move in and then I'll get a job and we'll kind of, go from there. Maybe we'll move out after a month or something. But it was the hardest thing on planet Earth to get a job. And I'm like, I've never had an issue getting a job. It's like, it was crazy. I'd go in and I'd go to apply at the lowest, most menial tasks I could possibly find, anything and nothing. I couldn't get, I think I got like 1 interview the whole time I was there. So it was just crazy hard, for a variety of reasons. And so I can actually remember sitting at home and I'm like bummed as can be. I'm like, I can't even get a job, like working as like a grocery bagger, I can't get a job anywhere. And so I start searching. That's when I start searching the internet, how do you make money not in physical locations? And so the first way I made money online was, have you ever heard of Mechanical Turks?
No.
So Amazon has this little teeny thing where like entrepreneurs like us go out and they have like this really menial task, right? Like crazy menial. Like they'll say like, hey, I'll pay you a penny each time you like go into this data sheet and select these things and do this. I'll give you 1 penny, right? And you'll just do it over and over and over and over again. And by the penny, you're making money, right? And so I can't remember all the tasks I was doing, but they were seriously like 10 cent, 30 cent, 50 cent tasks, right? Like take surveys, things like that. And so that's what I was doing because I had nothing else to do. Everybody else was at school or work. My wife was interning at the local preschool. So it was just me home alone, sitting on the computer, feeling bad. So I was like, hey, at least I'm making money. And so yeah, I did that for 3 weeks. I'm just I made $80 a week doing. And I'm doing stuff.
Right.
$80 a week is not much for 5 hours a day on your computer clicking. But I also had 0 skills to bring to the table at that point as well, right? So anyway, I did that for a while, and that kind of brought me into the okay, now I'm going to Google how do I make more than 7 cents an hour online, and and eventually I get into the stock market. That leads me into the stock market, and for a year, I'm the stock market is the way I'm going to make money. Losing a bunch of money there led me into okay, the real estate business is for me, real estate is how you make money, not with a real job. Yeah, I'm still terrible at real estate, and I've been trying it for years.
You took all the hardest paths first.
I did. And then I didn't give up, but I wasn't making enough money to live either. So I get a job at an SEO agency, and this is where affiliate marketing comes in. This coworker he shows me one day, like, we're doing SEO for clients, and he's like, hey, check out what I've been doing. He's got this like website he's made that reviews vacuum cleaners. It's like the Kirby and the Dust Bunny or whatever it is. He's got this site, and he's like, I made $10,000 last month with this one.
What? Are you kidding?
And seriously, if you go look at this website, like it's literally the ugliest thing you've ever seen. Like 90s, it's ugly, and this is like I don't know where he even got the designs for this, and so I'm looking at it like, okay, there's no way I could do worse than this, and he's making 10 grand a month. And so that was when I was like, I'm going to do affiliate marketing. I'm going to do better than him, and then kind of the rest is history. So multiple years of me like trying and failing in the affiliate marketing world. And then maybe 2.5 years ago, things started to slowly click. Right at that point, I finally have like marketing skills. I've spent years building marketing skills and buying courses and like trying things and failing. And I start to see like little successes and hone in and focus on those little successes. And now I'm a little more successful.
So when I got into affiliate marketing, I was like, my first sale that I made online, I spent $3,000 and I made either $297 or $197.
You spent $3,000 to be an affiliate, and then
yes. I spent $3,000 on solo ads.
Oh, gotcha. You spent $3,000 on marketing. Oh, okay. So
yeah,
you made some money.
But I was like, I cannot do that again. Like, I'm going to kill myself. So that was the pain that I went, like, now that you are where you are in the affiliate marketing world, like, what's the biggest mistake that you see people trying to do when they start to do affiliate marketing? Are they all trying to throw money at the issue? Are they all trying to promote wrong? Are they not getting a list? Like, what's the biggest issue that you see?
I think they're not setting up their business, and you need a system in place before you send traffic to anything, and not just as an affiliate, right? Like, that's true for everything. You need more than just like, hey, I've got a product, I'm going to throw some traffic towards it, right? Which is what not only affiliates do, but like most like small business owners do the same thing, right? Like, I'm selling this, and I'm going to just run some ads to it because I've got a product. But you need a system. You don't need a product. You need a system, right? A system of multiple products and a system of multiple channels and avenues of reaching audiences and stuff. And so what I see is most people not setting up a funnel. They're setting up like single pages. They're not setting up email automation. They're not setting up retargeting. They're starting on the front end and sending traffic instead of starting on the back end and saying, okay, I'm gonna get a few products, 5 to 10 products that I want to promote. And that's the same in the non-affiliate marketing world, right? It's called a value ladder, right? I'm going to get some products I'm going to promote, and then I'm going to create this some version of a funnel where I can capture lead information and then send them on to start selling them, and then I'm going to create an email automation that increases my profits. And once that's in place, once that backend's in place, then you can go over and say, okay, now I'm going to start throwing as much traffic as possible because I've got my system in place, and I don't have to focus on that anymore. I can just focus on traffic and know that, like, hey, every bit of traffic that I get, I've set up everything to really maximize how much money can be made off that traffic. Now, solo ads, you might have not made much money anyway, but that is the biggest problem I see in all affiliates right now.
No, that makes sense, because I built it out, and I built a list, like a Seinfeld list that I could email, once a day, and I could do that. But I had like a slightly automated sequence for that launch. I didn't have anything after that. Like, I didn't know what I was going to do with that. Like, I built lists. I'm pretty sure I built like a full list of maybe 10,000 people, which doesn't sound huge. Like, this is for my personal business. Like, clients is totally different, right? When you go to my personal business, like, I just haven't built that big of a list. I built a big list, but because of like the fact that I don't email people often, like, email is dead when it comes into my hands. It's not that email's dead. I suck at email.
That's so funny.
And so, like, I have 1,000 people left who kind of listen.
That's so funny, because now that you're saying that, it's reminding me that was my first mistake that I made as an affiliate too. I created a YouTube channel that I got lucky and like a couple of videos exploded, and I quickly threw in like a random little like thing that pops up, in the YouTube video. It's like, hey, download this random thing. And then I didn't have anything in place, and I have a list, so that's still sitting there. The channel's still bringing in traffic. My list is like 2,000 people sitting in a MailChimp list, and they've never once received a single email from me because I didn't have it done ahead of time. And like you said, I got too much going on, and maybe I'm just too lazy. I don't know, but to sit there and send them emails every 2 days or whatever, like, I'm just not good at that. Where if I had sat down for like one day and built out a 10 or 15 email sequence that sold them stuff, that's probably at least a couple $1,000s, a month's worth of income that could have gone in just by me building that one day sequence.
Oh, that would have been really helpful. It's the issue. Like I heard all the things and I had it in my head, but then once you get to that point where you're like, okay, now I got to start, there's no like path. So you have your course, like you built your affiliate business. At what point did you state, I need to build my own stuff? Was it like in conjunction with as bonuses? Was it like, why did you start building your own stuff?
My own stuff as in my own list, or what do you mean, like my own course? Or
yeah, like your own course where you actually started to get value.
Yeah, I mean, you start to get this, there's always in the back of your head as an affiliate, like, what could go wrong here, and as an affiliate, anything can go wrong. Like, if your traffic's coming from YouTube can shut you down. If your affiliate, your number one program is program A or ClickFunnels or whatever, they could shut you down, or they could sell the company, or like, there's a million things that can happen, right? Like, the only thing you really own is that list, and that list is only going to really respond positively to you if you've built out a lot more than just a list, right? If you've built out some kind of brand and like they know you, and like you've personalized yourself or your business with these people to where they're more than a list to you, and you're more than just some guy emailing them every once in a while to them, right? Like, you are a brand that they follow and believe in. So at what point did I decide that? I couldn't really say. Like, it's all been just very like transitional, like probably the way it is with everybody. Like, you do this, you see some success, and then you kind of just look around like, well, what do I do? Like, what's next? And somewhere along the way, I was like, well, what's next is I got to stop relying on other people and try this myself, And so, you start to see a little success, and it really, if your road just kind of starts to happen, I think, as an entrepreneur, right? Like, it kind of builds itself one brick at a time in front of you as you're growing. You see a little success, and that kind of opens up some new doors, and you just follow it and take the best route as you go. And that's kind of how it's been for me.
So you don't see the whole path. You're just taking steps and being like, okay, where's the next door? And you're just going through all the open doors that open up that are best for you. You're not like, there's not some main master plan. It's just like, just take action and it works out.
Yeah. And I mean, so I think there always is some kind of master plan in my head, but that's just never, but then it just changes every week. So in my head, there's always something like, like 2 years from now, I'm doing this. But like, even like 18 months from now, the idea of like being a course creator was never once in my head. I was like, I don't want to create courses. I want to sell affiliate products, And now here I am, like half of what I do is all based around creating courses and selling courses and things like that. And I mean, same thing with affiliate marketing. I was like, I want to be in the stock market. That's real passive income. And then I find affiliate marketing starts to work. Like, well, obviously go all in on affiliate. Like, you lost $3,000 in the stock market. You made 10 in affiliate marketing. Who cares what you want? Like, take that road,
Right. Yep. But you had to test all those roads to figure it out. And then, like, everyone's testing all these things, so you're figuring it out. When was the point where you realized this wasn't just a fad or easy money? Like, this is where you were going to build the foundation. This is where, like, this is what was going to work, and this is how you're going to set you and your family free. Because, like, you love the lifestyle. You tout the lifestyle. You're like, we're going back to Hawaii. We're going to England. Yeah. So, like, when did you get to that point where you're like, we're at that point, like, let's go take a freaking vacation?
Well, the point where we took a vacation. So we let's see here. So probably my big first success, a lot of people might know this that are listening, might not, was the ClickFunnels dream car. That was like my big first affiliate success. I'd had like a bunch of small ones up till then. But as a background of that, once you get 100 active ClickFunnels users that have signed up under your link as an affiliate, you get a car, right? A free car. And so I was at like 20 or 30 when it was like, when it finally dawned, right? Like a third of the way there, like, oh, this could be real, right? I could actually win this car. Like, in the beginning, it's just kind of like this, it's like, you're not really thinking it's going to happen when you try, but I don't know. Once you actually start to see success, you think it could happen. And so somewhere around there, I think it's going to happen. And that's when I talked to my wife and we actually set up all these plans. I was like, when I hit 100, we're going to go do this. And I think it was Hawaii. And I said, when I make my first, like, 6-figure income off of my online business, we're going to go to Europe. And we still haven't done that yet, but it's still on the promise. It's still being I still owe it, so it's got to happen. I do think it's really important to set timelines and goals and things like that, right? Of like your goal can't be just to make 7 figures and retire, right? Like that can be your long term goal, but if that's like your one goal, then you're gonna fizzle out. So you've got to set those little mini goals of like, I'm gonna get to 50, and then I'm gonna take my family, right? We're gonna go down to this place and we're gonna spend a few days there, and it's gonna be awesome, And then after that, we'll set up another goal that's like it's close enough that I can see it, and see it coming in the next few months or year or whatever.
So a couple of months ago, I can't even remember when, I went through and I like hacked everything that you'd ever done. Like I went and found all the Facebook, all the pages and all the ads, and like everything. It was a blast. Like you were on that call too. You were on that call.
I know. And, it was embarrassing. I was like, wow, this is so messy. It like made me change my business.
And you have changed it since. But like the biggest key component that makes it all of this work for you is your ecosystem. It's you've got Facebook going, you've got YouTube going, you've got your emails going. Like you have this symbiosis ecosystem that's going. Is that part of like the back system that you need to build before you start doing things, that way you have multiple communication channels so people actually want to listen to you, or is that not as necessary?
I think not as necessary. Like if you think you're going to build your whole ecosystem in the beginning, then you're just going to overwhelm yourself, and you're trying to put content in your Facebook group, trying to put content on your YouTube channel, and you just can't fill it all, and you fizzle out, right? Because especially most people at that point are still at a job, right? They don't have 5 hours to create content. So I think you'd start with one. Like I very much started with YouTube, and that's all I did for a while, right? And then once you feel comfortable and systemized in one, then you can add another. So I was crushing it. Like once I got to it, I was like, I know YouTube really well. I've got a system for putting out YouTube videos consistently. Then I added a Facebook group. What was the other one? Oh, email automation. So maybe I'll go back. Yes, you should build your email automation from the beginning. Like that's the first thing. You should have an email automation. The way I recommend doing it is building a week's worth of emails and then adding to your automation every couple days, just throwing in one more email at the end of it. But then you'll add to YouTube or whatever it is for you, and then you'll add like a Facebook group. And the nice thing about each one you add is it's actually much easier each time you add something, because you've already got content, and it's just a matter of figuring out how you're going to take that content and reapply it, right? So I've got this YouTube channel. I put out this 10-minute video or whatever. Well, that's great. Now I can hop into my Facebook group and make a post in like 5 minutes. I've already got the whole outline and everything, how it's going to work. For me, I just added the blog. We added our blog like 6 months ago. We started going all into our blog. Well, that's great. That's so easy, right? We're already making YouTube videos that are like searchable and 10 minutes long and are answering questions. Let's just add a blog post.
So I like that system. That makes sense, because I'm one of those, when I take action, I take a massive amount of action. I'm like, okay, we're going to build the whole ecosystem in one fell swoop.
Your DF4 funnel.
I like doing it all. Like I'm not like, well, if we're going to go in, let's dive in. Like there's no reason to jump into the kid pool when I have to get out of it to get to the big kid pool later. And so I'm just like, let's just throw it in. So that makes sense, going step by step, and it does get easier with each step. That's good to know. When we were at Funnel Hacking Live, people were walking around and wanting to take a picture with you, wanting to get a golden nugget from you. Like it was weird, right? I was walking with you because like at that point we become friends to some degree, and we were just talking and walking. We're friends. We're friends. I'll take it. So and so like we were talking and walking, and people would stop you, and you'd be like, "Oh my gosh!" Like it was still shocking at one point. When did that happen? And do you think you'll ever really get used to it? Like it's a weird phenomenon.
When did it happen? That was the first time that it ever happened, and the last time that it ever happened, because I've only been to one FHL. So I'm famous in that one tiny circle of the world. Will I get used to it? I don't know. Probably not. You remember I went and hid in your hotel room for a while, right? Someone else's. Yeah, I was just like, because I'm not used to it. And I'm a social. Like I'm social for like a few hours a day, and then I love to just recluse for the rest of the day. So Funnel Hacking Live was like beyond overwhelming, because it was like just social. And I remember I'd like sneak out of like during one of the talks and go like grab a pizza and run to my room and like watch a little movie while I'm eating my pizza, I'm like, that's great.
What movie were you watching? It was that horrible movie.
It was an awful movie. What was it? I can't remember.
It was a sequel too.
I watched it piece by piece the whole time we were there, and then it finished, and I was like, that was nothing.
I was going to go talk to people afterwards. I'm like, you want to come? And you're like, no, I got to go finish that movie.
I was like, oh, I should have come.
All right. So this last question is, if you had to give, if you had this poor starving kid who was like, I need to make money this month, what is the fastest route to making money that you would suggest? Would it be promoting the affiliate product? Would it be creating your YouTube channel? What is the path that you'd be like, okay, kid, just hop on this path and see it till the end. Just push hard for the next 30 days.
So it definitely wouldn't be YouTube. I love YouTube, but I love YouTube because it's passive, not fast. I would say it's Facebook. Like when I look at the way Facebook is built, I think anybody can make money in 30 days on Facebook, just through their own personal profile. So whenever people ask me I need money now, then we kind of cut out affiliate marketing. We cut out all the things I teach, because those are all to not make money now. They're to retire in 5 years, right? I always say, get on Facebook, choose your niche, go join 20 groups, go make 5,000 friends, right? So Facebook hands you an audience of 5,000 people just without you having to do anything except for click add, right? And half the people who have no idea who you are still okay. And then they need to know who you are at that point, right? So then you can't just be buy my crap, who is this? But so I always say build that out, go add a ton of friends, go join a ton of groups, and then go post, and then go post crazy. Start consistently posting on your own profile and on these groups as many tons of times a day, to where your name comes to their mind every time that subject is brought up. So if I was trying to sell my affiliate marketing course, right, that way, I would post 5 posts a day about affiliate marketing, engaging posts on my Facebook page. I would post in these groups. I'd go respond to people's questions in these groups, right? I'd be very, very active for, I guess if you need to make money in 30 days, I'd be active for 15 days, right? It takes 15 days to where people are oh, I know this guy. He's legit, right? He's always talking and posting and stuff. And then you start doing these little offers, right, where you're posting lead magnets and I would say, if you need money now, client offers, right? Hey, I'm taking on 5 people. I'm going to build your funnel. I'm going to set up your ads, something for $500. And they're literally, anybody can do that. Anybody. You can learn a skill in 15 days that can be enough, and you can build your audience in 15 days if you are desperate enough and willing to do that.
So the fastest way to hack profits isn't necessarily to go and create a massive system. It's just to go and work like a dog in Facebook.
Yeah, if you need speed, I'd say hop onto Facebook, work like a dog. Exactly. There are so many people willing to hire on Facebook, and looking, right. And if you could, $500 is nothing to a lot of these business owners. While it may feel like a lot to you, and honestly, you just need to be a little ahead of them, right? Go learn email marketing, go take a course on Udemy on email marketing, go take a course on AdWords. 90% of people I talk to are totally clueless on AdWords, but every single one of them, their business could benefit from it. You could go take an AdWords course in 3 days and AdWords, and you can go grab 5 clients. $500 a month is tiny to a lot of these businesses, right? So yeah, that's how I do it.
Nice. Thank you.
I think you got a cool thing going with the funnel hacking thing. I don't know how well it's doing in terms of audience, but I think you've got a cool idea. I keep telling I don't watch any content ever. I'm terrible at that. But I keep seeing you go live. I'm oh, I want to see that. I want to go in and watch what this guy's business looks like, right? From the get a good idea. But then I forget, and I don't, because I seriously don't ever watch anybody's content. But
yeah.
Which that's a whole new conversation, but I think you've got a good thing. I think you should build up the same strategy, right? Get 5,000 followers in the 5,000 friends in the ClickFunnels group, and then just start posting hey, we went inside this guy's business today. Let me know if you want access, and then do those stupid ladder posts, and you'll explode. And then go do lives in other people's groups, and
right.
And then,
well, that's the funny thing is I've been reaching out for interviews because I did those lives for another business of this is Funnel Hacks. Because I did those, people are are you still doing that? Could you do that in my group? Could you give value to mine? I'm Yeah, I thought I wasn't going to be able to even reach out to you.
Well, dude, we're desperate for anything. The YouTube video that's coming out, so I talk about group owners are desperate. Like, it's so hard to like keep pumping out value for these guys, and so interviews is the easiest way. So I would do that, and then all you really need is a small lead magnet, right? Like, start building your audience, and then for you, like, you can just publish your content. You don't even need an automation in the beginning. You can just email out the content that you're creating. So yeah, I would say make a lead magnet. You probably have like 40 lead magnets. Just start capturing. Yeah, I would go live in groups and start posting on your own Facebook. Maybe you do a lot. I don't really know.
I could do a lot more.
Yeah, I could have too. I'm pretty bad at that now, man. Honestly, my Facebook group is awesome, but I just hate Facebook. So what I did, and this might take too long now at this point, I've created a list in my Facebook friends. I have a list of all of the entrepreneur ones, like my original 500 friends that I actually care about that are like living around here. And then the rest are on a list called entrepreneurs. And when I post, I exclude regular friends and just do my entrepreneur friends.
Dude, can you do a YouTube video about that and toss it up on YouTube?
Yes.
Like, that is attractive because everybody's afraid of being businessy on their Facebook page.
Including me.
And I was talking to Josh Forty, and he was like, yeah, you need to delete everybody who is not your family and friends. And I'm like, oh, that's painful.
Wait, he said delete everybody that's not your family and friends?
Or no, that are your family and friends and devoted to business.
Yeah, I hate when people recommend, because, that drives me nuts.
Yeah. And so I'm ready to do it, but at the same time, I'm like, I feel like I'm tearing off a Band-Aid.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. To me, that takes an approach of the only thing I care about on planet Earth is making money and building my business. And if you're a friend of mine, I don't care. I'm deleting. My Facebook page is just to make money. I don't know. That's what it says to me. So that's what I did, and it works. It works pretty well. Because it would work pretty well if I posted a lot. I never post, but well, back when I did post, that's how I did it. I did that a lot in the beginning, like when I was selling my course. I posted in Facebook groups. I posted screenshots, and I'm just so glad that I don't have to anymore. But everyone kind of does that in the beginning.
All right, that's why I'm getting spammed by people all the time. So you're a crypto guy.
Yeah.
So we're going to ask 2 more questions, and this is all post the interview. So what we're going to do is we're going to shut this down here. If you want to go and see these next 2 questions, what I need you to do is go to hackthatfunnelradio.com. When you sign up, you're automatically going to get my MasterPack that teaches you how to hack, but we're also throwing in the last 2 questions of every interview. So go ahead and opt in there. I'll get you these 2 questions from Spencer. I want to thank you for being on, and if you have not done it yet, go sign up.
I'm going to go make these answers so juicy good. So sign up.
Thanks, dude.
Dang, was that cool or was that cool, guys? I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, but I actually do something very, very special. After the interview is done, I actually record 2 more questions. Those 2 questions spark a whole new conversation, and I record those, and I'm happy to give you access to that. All you have to do is go to hackthatfunnelradio.com. When you enter your email address there, I will automatically give you access to every single interview's 2 extra questions and the conversation that sparks off of that. Go to hackthatfunnelradio.com to get your access now.